Good afternoon, Texans. This is Todd Coley here with the Texan Sports Minute. Been an exciting week in sports for Tarleton, as well as nationally, with the Final Four being decided last week, and as usual, I'm here to recap it all with you. Today on the show, we'll be going over Texans struggling in Kingsville, Texans bounce back against Texas Permian Basin, Texan golf winning the Southwest Classic, and the Final Four set for Cowboys Stadium debut, Mavs losing an overtime thriller to Golden State, and Miguel Cabrera striking it rich with a new deal. In campus sports, Tarleton Sports reports that the Texans had a rough weekend as they went just 1-3 against A&M Kingsville. The Texans opened the series with a loss on Friday, losing to the Javelinas 4-3. The Texans held an early 1-0 lead but found themselves down 3-1 in the third inning, and they could not find enough offense to get it done. The Texans went on to split the doubleheader on Saturday in Kingsville as they struggled to get much offense in the first game. The Texans lost that and then was able to get a great start from Robert Baker as he threw 7 complete innings of shutout baseball, allowing just 4 hits while striking out 5. The Texans were able to hold their 1-0 lead until the end thanks to Baker. Tarleton then went on to lose Sunday afternoon 4-2. The series was over, and the Texans now continue their road trip next weekend as they travel to Portales for a 3-game series against Eastern New Mexico. The Texans bounced back from a disappointing sweep at the hands of West Texas A&M with a 2-game sweep of their own against Texas Permian Basin. The Texans won the doubleheader on Tuesday by scores of 9-1 and 3-0 as they cruised in Odessa. The first game started slow as the teams were tied at 0-0 until the third, when the Texans were able to start the run onslaught. In the fifth, they added 3 more runs, and Texas Permian Basin was long gone by that point. The highlight of the evening was for the ladies seeing Amber Clifford hit the walk-off home run on her 23rd birthday. The Texans will now come back to Stephenville to host Cameron University for a 4-game series over the weekend. The number 3 Texan golf team won in San Antonio yesterday and were crowned Southwest Classic champions. This is the 3rd tournament victory for the ladies, who blew the competition away, winning by 12 strokes. The next best was Midwestern State, who had a plus 61 on the tournament. Sharon Lau shot a 73 and won individual title with a total of just 5 over. And the Texans now take the next week off before the Doc Housewright Invitational, which is in Granbury at Harbor Lakes Golf Club, April 14th through 15th. For national coverage, we move to the AP, who is reporting the Final Four has come down to teams with defensive intensity. Florida, Kentucky, UConn, and Wisconsin is certainly not the Final Four many saw, but it has some traditional powerhouses in there. You have Florida, who is the best defensive team in the country, and they can completely lock a team down and block almost any shots put up. Defense is a staple of Bo Ryan, who is making his first appearance for the Wisconsin Badgers in the Final Four, as his team was able to limit Arizona offensively while being disruptive on the defense and getting steals. With Kentucky, it's more of the same for John Calipari doing what he does, and that's shape 18-year-old freshmen into world beaters over the course of a year. The Wildcats have beaten 3 teams of last year's Final Four to get to this point, and look to have really come together at the perfect time. UConn hasn't missed a beat since Jim Calhoun stepped down, as Kevin Ollie has UConn ranked 16th nationally in blocks with 5.8 a game. In a tournament that has seen plenty of upsets in the beginning, it always seems to work its way out and the big-name coaches and schools are present. The Final Four will see the inside of Cowboys Stadium for the first time since being built, and these fan bases are sure to pack the place out. The Final Four games will be on Saturday with the conclusion of the tournament on Monday night. Should be a classic. The Dallas Mavericks lost last night as they could not hold the lead and lost in overtime against the Golden State Warriors. Dirk had 22 points in the first half as he started the game with a hot hand, and the big German finished with 33 points and 11 boards. Steph Curry had 23 points and 10 boards for the Warriors and was the man to break the Mavs fans' hearts as he hit a jumper with just 0.1 seconds left, lifting the Warriors to a 122-120 victory. The loss drops the Mavs from 7th to 9th in the West, which is out of the playoffs. There are only 8 games left in the season, and the playoff race is an incredibly tight one. The Mavs will need to be playing some of their best ball of the season to get into the playoffs and hopefully carry that momentum into those playoffs. Should be a very interesting stretch for the Mavs and Coach Rick Carlisle. Miguel Cabrera has a new contract to be happy about, and it is a big one. The Triple Crown winner inked a deal with Detroit for 10 years and $292 million. The AP has video on Cabrera.
I'm be thankful because I want to finish my career here. I want to be a Tiger for many years to come. I got big responsibility to be here. I need to keep work hard and get better and help my team to win games and win a championship. This is a great organization. We got a great owner. We got great president like Dave. We got great front office. They make you feel comfortable here. They make you feel like this is your house. This is the place you want to be. I got my house in Detroit too. We got the great fans in Detroit. We got great ballpark, great stadium. I love to play in Detroit. I want to be part of Detroit family for a long time. When we talk inside the clubhouse, when I talk to Orlando and the other players, we always saying the same thing. We want to win a World Series from Detroit. That's our goal. We're going to make it happen, and we're going to work for that.
Well, that is all the sports news I have for you today. The baseball season has begun, and the Rangers have some injuries they must work through, but the season always looks bright at the beginning. A special thanks to Katie Gibbs and Bethany Kyle for producing the show today. Please follow me on Twitter at Texan News Sports for Tarleton Sports News. Thank you, Texans, and have a great week.